On the 11th of March 2020, just before lockdown, I performed my debut headline show at St Pancras Old Church in London with my full band. The night was so symbolic to me as an independent artist. I'd been longing for a promoter to book this for quite some time, but I came to realise that if I wanted this enough, I was going to have to make it happen myself. This was a reflection of so many of the lessons I've learned. Nobody is coming to save me. We booked the venue and it felt so vulnerable, but we did it. A sold-out show and a beautiful night. It became even more symbolic when it turned out to be the last concert for a long time. In this series, I'm going to explore some of the songs performed and delve into the inspiration behind the tracks. Goddess Vibes is a song inspired by working back through layers of trauma in order to move up through levels of consciousness. And it's a celebration of the divine feminine and sisterhood and knowing our own worth. And it's a joyful and uplifting song that really makes me feel good. I wrote Goddess Vibes at a time when we had like a good chunk of good weather in London, which can be quite rare in the summertime. And I felt so vibrant and full of life, you know, taking a lot of time out to heal after a really difficult decade in my life. And I just felt free. I felt free and uplifted, and I wanted to just pour all of that goodness and all of those amazing vibes into this song. And it's about, you know, really doing that work of stripping back the layers and trying to figure out why we are repeating certain patterns and why we are doing all these things that may be no longer serving us, and why we get stuck in these cycles, in order to just keep working up through levels of consciousness. And when I talk about levels of consciousness, what I mean is the ability to act instead of react. And by that I mean thinking before we speak. And if there are people who make us feel like they have the capability to draw us out of our integrity, or cause us to feel angry and react in a way, or speak words that afterwards we feel like, oh, I didn't mean that, I didn't want to say that. Living in a conscious way enables us to really think about who we want to be in the world and what words we're speaking. That's because a lot of the time the things that we put out, we're on autopilot. We're not really thinking about what it is that we really feel. Are these really our thoughts? Are these really our feelings? Goddess Vibes is about just working through all of that and being free and really learning to be yourself and learning how to be happy and taking responsibility for our own happiness. What I would really love people to take away from Goddess Vibes is that you are magical and you are powerful and you are deserving of love and you deserve to have fun, and that all of this work, this internal work that some of us are doing, the aim of it is to have a joyful life. And I hope that Goddess Vibes will provide, you know, the backdrop to some really joyful and uplifting times. We will continue to move up through the levels of consciousness by working back through layers of trauma. We choose to face our shadows and bring them to the light, transforming our experiences into our greatest gifts. Goddesses, medicine women, witches and alchemists, becoming ever more aware of our sacredness and our innate power.